Good afternoon, everyone. In the last class, we were discussing the chapter Playing with Gorillas, written by Oliver Graham Jones. I hope you have read the text.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, all of you?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes,
So close your books. Close your books. Let me check your comprehension by asking few questions. All right. First question goes to Balashankar. Balashankar, name the author of the story Playing with Gorillas. Quick. You have to be quick in answering. I don't have time to waste. Okay. Balashankar is thinking. So thinking process is going on. Question is passed to Sri Lakshmi.
Oliver Graham Jones.
Yes, Oliver Graham Jones. Next question, Aldous. Name the book written by Oliver Graham Jones.
Ma'am, the Zoo Tales.
Spell it.
THEZ.
The Zoo Tales or just Zoo Tales?
Ma'am, sorry, Zoo Tales.
Yes, spell it.
ZOOTAILS.
Yes, ZOOTAILS. Very good. Next question goes to Steve. How many years did Oliver Graham Jones work in the London Zoo as an in-house veterinary surgeon?
50 years?
50 or 15?
15, sorry, ma'am. 50 years.
15. So you have to make it clear. 15.
Okay,
He worked for 15 years as an in-house veterinary surgeon.
Okay.
All right. Next question goes to Ananya. Unmute Ananya. How
Yes,
do
ma'am.
people react to the word gorilla? How do the people react to the word gorilla?
Ma'am,
People feel very scared and all.
Incomplete answers will not
ma'am,
be accepted.
ma'am, we have to say the what they think about how gorilla
Yes,
is.
yes, yes, yes. What they think about, not the
Gorillas
actual
and,
nature.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
they're very aggressive beasts.
People think of gorillas as you have to learn how to answer completely. Ananya, what happened? Didn't you read the text?
I read,
No.
but it was days ago, so I forgot.
Few days back you read and you don't remember exactly. So Seba will help you. Seba.
Ma'am, they will think a frightening, aggressive, a huge creature with a huge beast with long teeth.
People think of an aggressive,
Uh,
frightening beast with
beast with huge
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 teeth.
teeth.
With his
Okay,
teeth.
people when they hear the word gorilla, they think of a frightening, aggressive beast with huge
teeth.
teeth. All right. Next question goes to Ayan. Name the movie that brought a bad name for gorillas, which they do not deserve. Name the movie. Yes?
King Kong.
King Kong. Doubtful?
No, ma'am.
All right. King Kong is a movie that brought bad name for gorillas that they do not deserve. All right. Then the next question goes to Francis. Francis, unmute. Name, Francis, can you hear me? No response. So moving on to next person, Ameya.
Yes, ma'am.
Name the famous gorilla in the London Zoo.
Guy.
Pardon?
I'm Guy.
Guy. Yes, Guy is the name of the famous gorilla in the London Zoo. All right. Now I'm just quoting a line from the text and you are supposed to complete it. And the question goes to Nia.
Yes,
Nia, I hope you have closed your textbook. Shall I give you the question?
Yes, ma'am.
In fact, gorillas keep to themselves in the wild and are dash creatures. In fact, gorillas keep to themselves in the wild and are dash creatures.
Ma'am, shy.
Shy, that's all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you don't remember completely. Question go passed on to Fidel.
Ma'am, shy and gentle creatures.
Yes, very good. Shy and gentle creatures. All right. Next question goes to Atul. Why does the author say that the head keeper was a very wise man? Why does the author say that the head keeper was a very wise man? Atul, unmute. There is a reason. There is a reason why the authors say that the head keeper was a wise man. Atul, do you know the answer? No, not sure of. Smriti.
Ma'am, the head keeper knew a lot about primates and about gorillas in particular.
Yes, the head keeper knows more about primates in general and gorillas in particular. All right. Then the next question goes to Hiba Fatima. Hiba Fatima, switch on your video. Hiba. Hiba, unmute.
Yes.
What do the head keeper do if gorilla become angry or out of control? What do the head keeper do if gorilla become angry or go out of control? What's the answer, Hiba?
She used to go into the cage and out then to play with
Who is
him.
she referred here? Who is she referred here?
Keep
Did you understand my question?
Ma'am, can you once again repeat?
What do the head keeper do if gorilla becomes angry or out of control? Geetika, give me the answer.
Ma'am, the head keeper shows a small piece of hose pipe. And
Yes,
because the
very good.
gorilla
That's the answer. That's the answer. The head keeper produces a small piece of hose pipe. Okay, a short length hose pipe is produced in front of gorilla. Abhiday, what does this hose pipe suggest for gorilla? Or what does this hose pipe represent for gorilla?
Ma'am, snakes.
Yes, give me the answer in full sentence.
Ma'am, gorillas do not like snakes, so the hose pipe is fitted the head keepers near to his pocket. So when they become angry, the gorilla is.
Okay, you have said the answer, but not in a proper way. Okay, it is not kept near to the pocket. He keeps hose pipe inside his pocket. Okay, it was just a small piece of hose pipe that fitted his pocket perfectly. So he keeps it inside his pocket and he produces it when it becomes angry or goes out of control. So for gorillas, this hose pipe represent snake. Okay. That is your answer. All right. So let's continue. Page number 41. Open your text. Page number 41.
Yes, ma'am, done.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So who is going to read now? Somebody who did not get a chance yet. Vaiga, read. Read the last paragraph of page number 41.
Okay, ma'am. I returned after feeding, and the head keeper took me to Guy's cage, unlocked the door, and entered. He walked up to Guy, who offered his hand, and they had a bit of soft play in the inner house. Then the gorilla rushed to the outside den and made it clear that he wanted to play outdoors with the head keeper.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Vaiga. Next, somebody from boys' side. Again, read.
I arrived outside to watch the display. It went on for some time. I thought the play was getting a little rough, but the head keeper's pride would not let him stop.
Okay, thank you, Ayan. So now again go back to page number 41. I returned after feeding and the head keeper took me to Guy's cage, unlocked the door and entered. So who is referred in the line as I? Who is referred as I?
Ma'am, the speaker.
Okay, the speaker. Who is the speaker? Graham Johnson. Yes. So a few minutes back, they were enjoying a cup of tea together. The author and the head keeper, both of them were enjoying a cup of tea in the canteen, and they had a discussion about these gorillas. And when the author asked about how do you manage if the gorillas become angry or out of control, the head keeper told him that he would produce a short length hose pipe, and that makes it go back to cage. Yes, Aldous.
Ma'am, the fourth last paragraph, the line there, did the head keeper put the hose pipe in his pocket?
That is the question that we'll come to know. Okay, whether he put it or not. All right. So he conveyed to the doctor that this is how he keeps gorillas in control. Okay, if it goes angry, if it becomes angry, or if it goes out of control, then he would produce a small piece of hose pipe, and gorillas would think that it is a snake, and it just backs off to his cage. So the headkeeper told him that he would exactly show how he deals with this gorilla, especially Guy. I returned after feeding, and the headkeeper took me to Guy's cage. So we are talking about one particular gorilla, and the name of the gorilla is Guy.
Ma'am,
Yes,
the guy.
Guy. So you should not use the in front of Guy because it is a name. Guy, it's a name of an animal. So you don't use article in front of the name. The headkeeper took me to Guy's cage, unlocked the door, and entered. He walked up to Guy, who offered his hand, and they had a bit of soft play in the inner house. Okay, so headkeeper is quite confident. He unlocked the door and he entered, and he offered his hand to Gorilla, and they started with a soft play. Then the gorilla rushed to the outside den and made it clear that he wanted to play outdoors with the headkeeper. So after playing a bit in, in the cage, inside the cage, what did gorilla do? He just ran outside den. I gave you the meaning of den in the previous class. What do you mean by den? Ameya? Ameya, what do you mean by den? Cage or cave? Cave. Yes, den means cave. A wild mammal's hidden house is known as den. So Guy rushed to the outside den, and it indicated that he wanted to play outdoors with the headkeeper. So Gorilla became so excited to play with the headkeeper. I arrived outside to watch the display. What do you mean by display? Display.
To see
what is
that
going on
scene
there.
or the view.
Yes, display here means performance or show. So something very interesting is going to happen, and the doctor wanted to see how it went on. Okay, so Oliver Graham Jones just went outside to watch the performance. What kind of performance was happening there?
Ma'am, like
You're playing.
Ma'am,
Yes.
it's a play between the gorilla and the headkeeper.
Yes, a play between gorilla and
and
the headkeeper. It went on for some time. So initially initially they started with a soft play, and the soft play continued for some time. And then something different happened. I thought the play was getting a little rough. Not as just when they started. The play became a little rough. But the headkeeper's pride would not let him stop. So what happened? Even though the play became a little rough, headkeeper's pride will not let him stop. What do you mean by pride?
Ma'am, he was too proud he was too proud to show that even if this gets a lot rough, I can still handle.
Yes, he thought that even if it becomes rough, he can handle it. So pride, it's a feeling. It's the feeling of deep pleasure or satisfaction that one has about one's own achievement. When you receive a prize, when you receive an award, you feel proud about yourself. Am I right?
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
so pride means a feeling of great pleasure or satisfaction about one's own achievement. I hope you are noting down the meanings. Do you want me to use the board?
No, ma'am.
Is it okay?
Ma'am, I think you can repeat it. What?
Ma'am, can you repeat it once more?
Better to write on the board. Just
No, ma'am.
give me a
It's
second.
not needed. Ma'am, we
Not
can
needed. Yes, write down. A feeling of great pleasure. Pride means a feeling of great pleasure.
Can you repeat?
Or satisfaction. Pride means a feeling of great pleasure or satisfaction. Please be in muted mode, children. A feeling of great pleasure or satisfaction about one's own achievements. Feeling of great pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's own achievements. Derived from one's own, OWN, one's own achievements. So we find that initially the headkeeper started to play with Guy, with the gorilla in a soft manner, and after some time the play became a little rough, but this headkeeper's pride would not let him stop. So now let me ask you, why did the headkeeper's pride not let him stop? Why did the headkeeper's pride not let him stop? Geetika, will you be able to answer?
I think it was because he told to him, everyone knows that he plays with the gorillas. So he was like, I can manage with it. And he was also reassured that he would have the hose pipe if the gorilla goes out of control.
All right. What is your point of view, Aldous?
Ma'am, he was very sure that he was very confident that he can show it to the officer that he can how we can handle the gorilla when he's
All right, he was quite confident in dealing with Guy. All right, Smriti, what do you think?
He thought that the officer would think him as low if he stopped playing with Guy.
Absolutely correct. All the answers are correct. Well said, children. So we find that the headkeeper had a lot of pride about himself in dealing with, about the ability to deal with gorilla. Okay, he had a lot of pride about the ability to deal with gorilla, and he thinks that if you ask for some help, especially to the doctor, then he would feel ashamed about it. Okay, that is why he did not bother to stop playing with gorilla. Did you get me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. So let's continue. I want Abiday to read. Abiday, read the next paragraph.
Guy had picked the headkeeper up by his collar and seat of his pants and was dusting the floor with him.
Apparently in fun.
The keeper was out of breath and getting more than he had bargained
for.
He murmured in a loud
Murmured in a loud
stage whisper to me.
In a loud stage whisper to me.
Get the hosepipe.
All right. Thank you, Abiday. Guy had picked. Now, what had happened? What did the guy do with the headkeeper? Oh my goodness. Guy had picked up the headkeeper by his collar and the seat of his pants. So one hand was on the collar of the headkeeper. Okay, Guy's one hand was on the collar of the headkeeper's shirt and the other hand was on the back of his pants. Can you just imagine? So this animal, gorilla, had literally taken up the headkeeper, okay, with both the hands and was dusting the floor with him. So to and fro motion from right and to the left. Okay, my goodness. Apparently in fun, apparently means seemingly, visibly. Huh? It was playing, enjoying thoroughly. Okay, so Guy lifted the headkeeper by his collar and the seat of his pants, and he was dusting. Guy was dusting the headkeeper on the floor. The keeper was out of breath. So, children, can you just imagine an animal picking up a human being and moving to and fro or from right to left? What happens?
Ma'am, we can't
We feel really good at that time.
No, ma'am.
No, not at all. Now, what happened?
We'll be very dizzy.
Yes, we feel dizzy. We feel quite uncomfortable. The keeper was out of breath. He was not able to breathe properly now. Okay, play was getting more and more rough. And keeper was out of breath and getting more than he had bargained for. So what do you mean by that phrase? More than he had bargained for?
Something more,
Ma'am,
something more and worse than.
Ananya,
Something more and worse
give me
than.
the meaning of that phrase. More than he had bargained for. more than he had bargained for. Yes, something more and worse than he had expected. So headkeeper never had such an experience. Okay, he had never expected that this thing can happen in such a worse manner. So the keeper was going out of breath. He was unable to breathe, and he got more than he had expected. He murmured in a loud stage whisper. What do you mean by murmuring? Murmur means?
Talk in a very low,
Yes.
very low
Murmur
sound,
means to say something in a low voice. Murmur.
in a secretive manner.
Yes. To say something in a low voice. So this is what you call as murmur. So he murmured in loud whisper. Loud whisper. Sorry, stage whisper. Yes, he murmured in a loud stage whisper. So stage whisper means a whisper that is meant to be overheard.
Overheard.
Normally, when we whisper, we talk in a very secretive manner. We
Yes.
talk very softly and quietly. But this is said in a manner loud stage whisper. That means somebody can be overheard. Somebody can be overheard. Whoever is standing next to you can be heard by you or whatever you say. So he said, "Get a hose pipe, get a hose pipe." So he was going out of breath and he was whispering, loud stage whisper, "Get a hose pipe, get a hose pipe." Okay, so this is the way exactly he screamed loudly. Okay, he murmured in a loud whisper. Actually, he wanted to scream, but he was unable to because Guy was lifting him up and thoroughly dusting to and fro. All right. Are you all tired, children?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Are you getting so interested?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
More and more
All right.
getting
So let's continue. Let's see what had happened next. Devika, read.
I realized for the first time that the head keeper had forgotten to put the hosepipe in his pocket and couldn't stop Gorilla. I rushed back to the mess and collected the hosepipe. I went to the outside cage and pointed it at the gorilla, who was now thoroughly dusting the floor with the head keeper.
Okay, thank you, Devika. So, children, do you think that guy really wanted to hurt the head keeper?
No.
No, ma'am.
No,
He
ma'am.
was actually doing it for
What is your point of view? Do you think that guy really wanted to hurt the head keeper?
No.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, then what was he doing with the head
They were
keeper?
playing.
I'm playing.
Yes.
Thought he
Yes,
was playing.
playing. Guy was playing with gorilla. Yes, Smriti?
according to my opinion, Guy was actually playing with him, but he did not realize that he's apparently hurting the head keeper.
Okay, guy was playing with the head keeper, but he did not realize that he was hurting the head keeper. All right. Okay, good answer. So, guy became so excited. Okay, soft play became a rough play, which shows that the animal became so excited and it was simply enjoying the time. And I realized for the first time that the head keeper had forgotten to put the hosepipe in his pocket and couldn't stop the gorilla. So why this kind of excited motion happened from the side of gorilla? Head keeper was not able to produce
The
The
host
hose
Pipe
pipe.
in the pocket.
the hose pipe. When guy goes out of control, he used to show a small piece of hose pipe,
Yes.
which
Yes,
the
ma'am.
gorilla thinks it as a snake.
Snake.
But unfortunately, the head keeper forgot to put the hose pipe in his pocket. And the doctor understood that. I rushed back to the mess and collected the hose pipe. I went to the outside cage and pointed it at the gorilla, who was now thoroughly dusting the floor with the head keeper. So by the time the doctor rushed to the mess to bring the hose pipe, what had happened? Guy was thoroughly dusting the head keeper. Okay, so the play became more and more rough. It worked like a charm. What do you mean by charm?
I'm
Ma'am,
lucky
what he said.
I'm like
exactly
was
as hope.
as they expected.
Riza, are you there? Riza? Okay, Maria, tell me, what do you mean by charm?
Ma'am?
Yes, Riza, are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, tell me, what do you mean by charm? Charm here, in this context. Charm means?
Beauty.
No, charm means beauty. Okay.
Ma'am,
Charming person, beautiful,
ma'am,
good
that means
looking, attractive. But in this context, the meaning is different. Worked like a charm.
Ma'am, luckily,
Hope.
ma'am, and when
One by one. I'll just
Ma'am, hope.
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 Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes, Devika.
ma'am, like a miracle.
Okay, like a miracle, or we can. The best word is magic. Magic.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I said a word.
Yeah. I think Smriti had that word in her mind. Yes, it worked like a magic. Okay. So when the doctor brought the hose pipe from the canteen, and when he produced or when he showed it in front of Gorilla, the things worked out exactly as he hoped. It worked like a charm. The gorilla dropped the headkeeper and rushed back into the inside den and refused to come out. The moment the gorilla saw a small piece of hosepipe, it thought that it was a snake, and then it rushed back to the cage and refused to come out. It went back to the den and refused to come out. The headkeeper came out through the outside cage looking pink and shaken, covered in dust and dirt. What do you mean by pink and shaken?
Ma'am, too scared. Like
Okay, scared, agreed. But other than that, can you think of something else? Pink and shaken.
Ma'am, disappointed.
No, not disappointed.
ma'am, he was embarrassed.
Yes, embarrassed. He was embarrassed. He felt ashamed because he had a lot of pride within himself. Hmm? Thinking that he is an expert in dealing with this animal, but unfortunately he forgot to take the hose pipe, and the scene or the situation went bad. Okay, he did not expect that the situation will turn so bad, so he really felt embarrassed in front of the doctor. He came out looking pink and shaken and covered in dust and dirt. He rose to the occasion. He rose to the occasion, which means he dealt the occasion successfully. Hmm? He dealt the occasion successfully with great dignity. Without losing his self-respect, he dealt with that difficult situation. How did he deal with? He turned to him and said, "As you can see, sir, I have a perfect understanding with Guy." So he became really ashamed. He was embarrassed in front of the doctor because Guy treated him in the opposite way that he had expected. Okay, but still he did not show that, and he just tried to deal with that situation in somehow in a successful manner. And he said, "The doctor, as you can see, sir, I have a perfect understanding with Guy." This tale illustrates that gorillas can be quite playful and gentle, but they do not know their own strength. So, what do we understand from the story? Gorillas? What do we understand? What do we understand about the nature of this animal?
Ma'am,
Ma'am, they are very
They
shy.
are playful and gentle.
they are very shy.
Yes.
Okay, one by one, I'll ask you. Steve, what have you understood about gorilla?
And gorillas not very aggressive.
Yes, gorillas are not aggressive. Yes, Nia?
Ma'am, they are playful and gentle, but they don't know if they are very harmful to humans or not.
Sometimes their strength becomes harmful. They are gentle, they are shy creatures, and they are playful in nature, but they do not know their strength.
yes,
Guy,
ma'am.
the gorilla, thought that he was having a very good time with the headkeeper when they started playing. Okay, but uh, this animal does not have any idea that the man was going out of breath.
Ma'am, unknowingly, their strength is hurting the head.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right, Smriti. Unknowingly, without their knowledge, their strength is hurting the human beings. Okay, so this story illustrates that gorillas can be quite playful and gentle, but they do not know their hidden strength. They have a great strength within themselves, but they do not know that. When they deal with the human beings, sometimes they can get hurt. Okay, so how do you think the head keeper might have felt about the incident after the incident? What do you think about head keeper's
I'm
situation?
very embarrassed.
Yes,
Ma'am,
he might be very
anytime the
embarrassed.
head keeper saw the, Oliver Graham Jones again, he must have thought of this incident and acted very, not that friendly or close to him.
Maybe because of shyness or embarrassment, he might not be able to deal with doctor quite in a well manner. Okay, all right. So he might be feeling a bit silly. What do you think? Am I
Yes.
right? Yes. Huh? He might be feeling that, oh, I should not have been so proud about my ability to deal with
Yes,
children,
ma'am.
because mistake can happen to others as well. All right. Okay, children. So we have come to the end of the story. We will deal with the remaining exercises in the next class. Okay. So
Okay,
thank you
ma'am.
all.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.